Greetings everyone, Lomberg here with an update from our video last week where we exposed some of the situation and the unfairness that Camel has propagated, as well as a battle report. In this video, I couldn't avoid making this because I have some interesting updates to share on Camel's response. So you saw that infamous video that 457 did against 309. Here's that video because basically if you don't see it here, you can't see it anymore because Camel's response was they did a quick game update, a rushed game update where they deleted all battle reports. Is it coincidence that this happened right after this video aired and this report happened in Battle Frenzy? What if this happened in Void? I mean, this was a disaster. This was absolutely an error. You can see it in the video replay. And then you could, sometimes we saw this before. Sometimes the video replay is bugged and the battle report was actually different. Like, it shows that you've won it. I even did that in one of my Battle Frenzies where this happened. However, this one, you can see it also in the battle report details. And I showed that in my last video where you could see everybody, all the defenders joining in late got 0 kills. That is not explainable. That's that invincibility bug or error that happened here. So let's look at Camel's response. So of course, you've seen it. You've seen it here where they basically said, wait a minute, you saw this game update that happened where they optimized the battle experience and expired all battle reports. Okay, that really did nothing except for take away the evidence. Let's then go to some of the VIP reps that when people asked about this, what happened? Look at this response. After checking, we find that there is a problem on the video, on the display of the battle video replay. However, the outcome have not been influenced and we will fix this display glitch. Are you kidding me? That was not a display glitch. Absolutely wrong denial here. There's no way that those attackers in 13 million troops can somehow defeat 21 million troops of T12 of the strongest player in 309, Bird. Let's see Bird's response. I mean, clearly he is not happy. Look at this response. Yes, Camel is garbage because of their response. Look at their response. Look at they did no compensation. They didn't give rewards for, switching the reversal result of Frenzy. What they did was give some paltry speeds and an apology. So this rep right here is just outright denial and, insane response. Some of the other reps gave a little bit better of a response where they said, okay, they figured that, okay, our techs checked the data one more time. So first time they said, it looks fine to me. Clearly it wasn't. The whole world think it wasn't. We have got the conclusion, unfortunately, due to the number of players participating in this battle was large, a glitch about the battle settlement was caused. This is not a big battle. That was 28 attackers versus 7 defenders. That was not a big battle. Look at this battle report. You can see it here. That's 42 versus 16. We've done, in the same frenzy, we did a 72 versus 72 battle. And that was us versus Sin. And there is a video out about it. Queen Marie did a nice video about it. We lost, and you can see it. There was no glitches in that battle. This glitch was clearly a glitch, and it isn't caused by the number of participants. I'm sorry. Absolutely not. That is garbage. Let's keep going. So if we keep going at, let's look at this. So these are some people, and I've taken out all the names so that nobody's going to get in trouble. These are VIP reps that have contacted. If the normal people, us normal civilians contact Camel, they probably don't even respond or bother responding. But I love the pressure that you guys have been putting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I could not have expected this kind of a response and this kind of a pressure on Camel. If we keep this up, they will change. They will have to because we will expose them. So let's go through this. Okay. I love this response because we're going to go point by point and show how misinformed and disingenuous Camel is and outright just, bending the facts. So let's say, they looked at my video. It looks like they did because they call me out here. There's a rumor and there's a video that shows that 457 merged 4 times. It did not merge 4 times. Of course it didn't. I didn't say that it necessarily did. I don't have that information. You guys never published that. When I published my video, you have never published how many merges 457 had. In fact, all we know is that 9 nations are in 457, and that's exactly what this person wrote back to them. So let's read the response. Okay, I love this. Upon verification, we found that 432, 33, and 446, and these nations were merged into this. Okay, they say the time that it happened, August 20th, 21, and then November 12th, 21. And then they also said that there is no, all merges are public information and are announced to all of our players. We do not have any secret announcements which could not be verified. Really? So it is possible, guys, that I made a mistake. But wait a minute. Let's look at what happened in that listing. Take a look at this little button here. So I went back and found the announcement and found this little button that said edited. So I thought, is it possible that I made a mistake? My process is manual. Yes, it is. Am I losing my mind? Did I lose my mind? Did I miss this? And I am 100% sure that I don't, because I have evidence. So I've lost all respect for Princess of Doom. So instead of saying that, hey, we missed this and we went back and edited, she went and edited and added this merger. It was never announced. Let's give you some proof. So let's actually go to one of our friends and another another YouTuber. We'll go here. I have it already open. Look at this. Look at this. This is Style. This is AOZ Wiki. He would do a video about world mergers. So December merger that Camel is saying that was announced. Let's look at what was announced. And we'll see in his video here that he only talks about 4 mergers. So these are the ones that were announced. So if that was truly included in there, why would Style or AOZ Wiki not talk about those mergers? So let's see. Look at that. There's only 4 mergers here. Where is that 400 nation merger? Camel, you are outright lying. You are outright lying, and you've been caught. That merger was not announced. It was only announced after I made the video, and then you went back and edited it, and there is an edited timestamp there. If you look at that edited timestamp, it will be after I exposed your secret hidden mergers. All right, guys. So you can see it clearly here. There's only 4 mergers here, and if we go back to the picture, look at it here. These are the 4 mergers that I talked about, not the other ones. This one was never there. And similarly, all the other ones that are happening were never there. Let's go into Discord and look at what is going on in Discord. You can see it here. People are putting pressure. People are putting pressure. People are saying, look, I love it. The movement has expanded. Somebody went and made a spy nation, and then they clearly exposed it again here. Look, you can see just by looking at the past presidents, look at all these worlds. You don't have to look at any of the data. It's clearly, you can see 9 worlds in this nation. I love it. Keep it up, Army. You are doing a fabulous job. But then let's go into the world announcements, right? So let's go into the in-game announcements and look at the most recent merger. In this most recent merger, look at this. Right off the bat, how does a 600 nation get a merger right now? It does not make sense. How and why are they getting 4 nations merging into one versus everybody else is getting? Look at this disparity. These are the nations that are getting a first-time merger here. These nations are 300 worlds apart. Why are they getting a merger so soon? It is just not fair. Guess what? All of these mergers, all of these nations listed here are nations that are locked, that are the channel data is full. So let's keep going. What does that mean? So, a lot of you have alluded to that could mean that, that could mean that they're full, like they really are full. Does that really make sense? So some people have asked the question, what does that mean? And this is the answer. Some people and some vets that have, joined in this movement, this nation data, channel data is already full. Please try again later or change another nation. So the official Camel position for these locked nations is that they are full, and that is just garbage. That makes absolutely no sense. This was the question asked. Why is it a closed nation? Why do they exist? And here's some more follow-up on that. I don't know the answer to this question. This is Camel's response. Probably they do not do it as to not overload the servers, and developers cannot control the flow of players. Someone comes to one server, then teleport to another, and other in-game factors can affect, I think. So you're telling me that randomly these worlds suddenly get locked because there's too many people flowing into them, yet these are the same worlds that deserve a merger. These are the same worlds that they are so full that the channel data, you can't get into that, but then these same nations are the ones that deserve a merger. How the heck does that make sense? Absolutely ludicrous statement that they are too full and they can't get it. Instead, may the answer actually be here. So I did some research and you can see it here. There was a game called Animal Crossing where clearly this is from Taiwan, so take it taiwannews.com. I don't need this to get political, but Camel is a game based in China, and it looks like, just from looking at all of those locked servers, all of the players have Chinese characters. So you can see from this Animal Crossing that happened in 2020, there was, if you keep on reading in this article, you can see that, from the criticism of the government, there was some new laws that came into that would not allow for zombies and plagues. Look at that, zombies and plagues. And it took me, I'm not that savvy. I just did a couple of searches to say, is there a legitimate reason for those servers to be locked? And it looks like there could be. I have no idea if this is the real reason. What I'm pointing out is if Camel can misrepresent a simple situation of, look, we have some regulations that prevent us from making these servers available to the rest of the world. We want our game to be available to our local Chinese market, and we can't have this because of regulations. We can't have a mixing, and there's a great Chinese firewall, right? It's no surprise that certain things aren't allowed in China. Why is that so hard to say? This may or may not be the case. I have no idea. Please understand, this is just me applying logic to a simple situation. I'm a data guy. This is not my job to figure out. My job is to make videos that help people. But I cannot proceed with making these videos and propagating something for a game that is simply just not honest about it. These are just downright bold-faced lies, right? These don't make any sense. These are denials. These are not acceptable answers. So where do we go from here, right? I've seen a lot of movement. Let's try to keep some perspective. So we do not need to make Camel out to be devils, right? They have a good product. They have a good game. They probably have a situation where they're trying to make these two markets work. What they don't understand is that users are smart. Users can see through lies. Users can see through deception, and users can see through denials. They're smart. Please do not insult the intelligence of the people that are spending real money on your game. You come up with a product that's good. In fact, the most recent development that came out is great. The one, and I can't wait to make a video about it, but I can't because of these responses that Camel is doing. You've then come out to make me into a liar, where you clearly, and I went and proved that you went back and added those secret mergers in. I can go through all the lists, and there's even more that I bet you I will find, and I will go through it. So let's keep diving into this. So where do we go from here? Where we go from here is keep putting on the pressure. And Camel, the answer for you is that, okay, you can have different rules for different servers, but let them match with each other. Do not allow, there is a question of fairness. It is not fair to allow us to match with, just because of these rules, possibly, that it's fair for us to be matched with these locked servers where you can't see the nation, you can't chat with the nation. They only merge with other locked nations, and they get mergers far more frequently. And you can see it from the numbers. The numbers don't lie. The battle power is just higher. So what we need, Camel, is for you to be a lot more transparent in your dealings. And in this process, you just have to be more transparent and then do a better job matching. So if we look at the scenario, you look at these mergers, and I updated this merger spreadsheet right here for these most recent mergers. All of these are locked nations. And let's go into some of this data. Look at this here. All right, you started merging in this last world. All these other guys are unmerged. Every single one of these guys are unmerged. The ones that merge are the locked nation. They have a clear and distinct advantage. Let's look at the next world. All these other guys are unmerged. The ones that merge have a huge advantage compared to everybody else. Let's look at the next one. Guess what? All of these ones that merged, all of these are, and I don't know if this is still missing. This was clearly a missing one. I don't know if you went back and added it. It's like I have to be a fact checker for everything that Camel does. That becomes my new job. Not coming up with good videos and guides, but becoming a fact checker for the lies that is being dispelled. Let's keep looking. All of these mergers are locked-only nations, supposedly from being too full. All of these mergers are locked-only nations. So before any of these other worlds get any type of merger, these are all locked nations. All of these, guess what? Locked-only nations. This is where we found all the difference. And let's take a look at some of these locked nations, right? 457, look at that battle power. That's the top 10 BP. Clear and outright disadvantage, rank number 1, right? So for global conquest, it's not all of the events, but for global conquest, it is a clear, it's a clear unfairness. So the proposal, Camel, is fix your transparency ways, come out with some more honest responses that nobody is buying your denial. You think that you can deny your way out of this. It's not going to happen. People are smart and people will figure out a way to expose this. Make these nations fairer. If somebody has gotten a merge, and stop your disinformation. Nobody cares if there was 4 mergers, 2 mergers, or 3 mergers. What people care about is that there are 9 nations merged into one and that there is a clear advantage to that. So what we're asking is that you can create these separate worlds with separate rules, but let them fight each other. Create 2 spheres. If we can't communicate with that other world for regulatory reasons or whatever the reason might be, announce that. If you can't announce that, then do what is in your control. In your control is matching. Do not match these locked nations with more frequent mergers with unmerged nations that are unlocked. That is the request, Camel. If you don't do this, guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose. This movement is not stopping. This is way beyond me. People have woken up. This is gaining momentum. This is something you need to fix. This is something that needs to be addressed. So if you're listening, I know you are because you refer my videos. Nobody has contacted me. I could reach out to Camel and ask for an interview from a representative. I'll be happy to do that. But so far, I've had no direct contact. Now, granted, I did change my Discord. I had to change phones. So, I did change my Discord account. I don't know if anyone's reached out to me in my old account. But the request is clear. Be more transparent and fix this unfairness by making those locked nation into a separate globe and letting them match with each other. That is the only outcome that gets you the player base continuing to spend and continuing to enjoy this game. But until you fix those unfairness, every single world that's going to match with 442, that's going to match with 457, that's going to match with 520, that's going to match with 509, that's going to match with 555, 560, 582. All of these worlds will not be happy. 590, 595, 605, the list goes on. This problem is only coming to light because these new servers started around that 400 mark. The older globes didn't see this. The more vocal players and the more players that have known about this did not see this until now. This is going to gain a lot of traction. Fix it, Camel. That's my request. And stop spreading lies and stop coming up with ways to discredit my videos when I can show evidence that you are the ones that went back and edited a video and put secret mergers. That's all I have, guys. Enjoy.